Season 2 is coming to a close. This time next week, we'll be into Season 3 of Modern Warfare and experiencing new maps, modes, operators, and a new battle pass to grind out, among other things. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the final days of the season, while you still have a chance to play around with what's on offer, whether that be to finish your ranks or to complete your battle pass or anything in between. Today, I want to let you know about the final update of Modern Warfare's second season, some things still to come, and what you should make sure to do before the season is over. So that said, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. What are you hoping to see in Season 3? Any particular map, mode, or weapon you want to see? Whatever it is, feel free to share. And as well, if you are new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button, especially if you're part of that 72% of viewers who are not, to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare and all Warzone content as we draw increasingly close to the next big update. That said, let's get into it. Let's start with today's update, or rather, should be update. By the time this video goes live right now, there wouldn't have been one at the moment, but from what I'm told, it should be around 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 a.m. Eastern, and which you'll see playlists and the shop refresh here with this. So kind of seemingly following a new release time schedule, and I would imagine this is just so it can kind of ease into players' gameplay experience and not everybody's all downloading it all, because with everybody around the world staying home, there's more than likely going to be more updates and downloads happening all at the same time. So just to kind of save the experience for all players, it seems like it's being pushed back every so often. But that means that playlists will refresh and the shop will refresh. Right now, we know about Cyber Attack Pro, which will be Cyber Attack, but with respawns, not necessarily just revives. And then also Blood Money is staying. That was detailed in yesterday's blog post by Activision. But outside of that, we don't know all that much. We're still waiting to see if a demolition will be happening. So I would imagine that comes, unless they just fully delayed it from the initial launch blog post of Season 2 and are instead saving it to Season 3. I would hope not, but that's something that we may see as a question mark. One cool unannounced thing, though, that was already introduced within Modern Warfare was that of some Gamebattles integration. This was something that we've seen in the past, and Infinity Ward is no stranger to. We saw this also in Infinite Warfare, but it kind of seemingly came out of left field because nothing was ever mentioned of this coming. But we now have Gamebattles integration, where competitive play can now take to that private online ranked integration where you can check your matches, join up on players right there in application without really having to go through and search for a ton of players, and as well utilizing your private match creator classes so that you don't have to swap between and keep having to change anything you're using in MP or in Warzone. So that's really cool and was a nice little feature here that may be niche but is nice to have. Also, one thing, post-production, splicing this in editing. As of recording this, the shop actually did update to include one new bundle called the Notice Me 2 bundle, in which it's another anime themed camo like we saw with the Odin, but this time it's the Dreammaker LMG of the Holger 26, and it looks like it's kitted out to be the G36C from previous Call of Duties. Now, honestly, I think this is hilarious. I definitely think that I love the crazier or zany and out there camos. I personally don't care too much for the realism. I know it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but if this updated now, it's the only thing that actually was included with the featured tab. So will we see something later tonight? It's possible, but this may be the only thing added in for the end of Season 2 and the shop. That should be available now for all players. The other big thing that happened today was that of Modern Warfare 2's campaign remaster. This right now is PlayStation 4 only for $20. And honestly, yes, it sucks that right now it has a 1-month exclusivity period, but I would bet this to be because this was meant to be something that was, one, released in 2018 and thus developed and then contractually agreed upon way earlier than 2018, meaning that it was probably bundled with Modern Warfare Remastered's initial deal with Sony, which was a month exclusive for the campaign. So these terms were probably set in stone in late 2015, early 2016. And for whatever reason this was pushed off, we know the copyright was for 2018 on this. We know the first initial reports of this coming out were in 2018. For whatever reason it was pushed back. It seems those terms still applied to that. So it sucks, absolutely yes, but I wouldn't take that as any indication that content is going to be 1 month exclusive once again in the future. As for MP, it's not in this remaster, unfortunately, but it is said that maps will be included in this current Modern Warfare in the future, with rumors promising upwards of 60 plus maps when all things are said and done. So maybe we see those start as early as the Season 3 launch. Before that price point, you end up getting not only the campaign remaster, but also in Modern Warfare, the Ghost UDT skin, the operator equip of Stay Frosty, and the finishing move of the belly flop with Ghost, plus also the Task Force M4A1 blueprint, the 1-for-1 1911 7 blueprint, the free dive weapon charm, the no easy days calling card, the ghost emblem, and 2 battle pass tier skips. So when you break down the price point of what bundles usually cost in Modern Warfare, it's $20 for the bundle, and then essentially the campaign is actually free. So that's available here and tethered with Modern Warfare, but closes out the stuff that happened as of today, or I guess really will happen as of the next 12 hours or so. But what about the stuff that's still to come? Because we actually have some things that we can look out for in these upcoming days, the first of which being, I think, the biggest out of this, the fact that there's a triple-double event happening this weekend. For those players that still need to rank up and get to 155, the players that still need to finish their battle pass, you're going to have the opportunity to do so here at this, because we're going to have double XP, double weapon XP, and 2 times tier progression starting as of this Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, lasting until the near end of Season 2 on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So get your weekend play in and you can rank up all of that stuff. This, though, because it's not to the end of the season, makes me think that we'll actually end up seeing the update download for Season 3 go out on that Monday at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, seemingly continuing on with that later in the evening update that we've had the last couple of times, not only today, but also with the update 1.18 that happened last week. Otherwise, we'd normally end up seeing this triple-double event last until the very end on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that might be a little bit of a hint as to what we can see in the next 7 days or so in that update that comes along with it. But if you need to complete anything, this weekend is an absolute fantastic time to do so. It doesn't say that there is going to be a tier sale or anything like that, so just get ready to grind out because it doesn't seem like the tiers will be discounted, but it's still a fantastic opportunity, I think, for those that need to play catch up. Not only that, but also coming throughout this week is likely a ton of teasers for Season 3, or at least some. It seems like Season 2 didn't have as many as beforehand, but we can likely see some things promoting Season 3 and what we'll end up seeing in a little bit of time, whether that be Twitter images, in-game Easter eggs. We saw that pre-Season 2, there were a ton of Easter eggs that related to Ghost's return within Modern Warfare. We saw that we had different TVs across the various different multiplayer maps have little static images showcase Ghost's face on them. We saw that at one point, all of Piccadilly had that LED board light up with the Ghost sort of graffiti icon that previewed him. We saw that there was a bunch of stuff pointing to that. We have not seen anything just yet, but with it being 1 week out, the marketing seems to usually dictate that's the time in which things will happen. Whether or not this is pushed back to later this week because we now have Modern Warfare 2 campaign remaster to deal with, we don't exactly know, but it is something that I would expect at least something, whether that be a blog post again, a trailer of some sort. Keep your eyes open for all of that because we're going to be learning a lot about what Season 3 has. Now, here's what you should make sure you do within the next 7 days. There are, of course, many things that are available with Season 2 and many things that will be available with Season 3, but a few of those things won't be available past that cutoff date. So things like that include your player rank, your battle pass, and your officer challenges. If you are not level 155 just yet, make sure that you get that if you at all care about the Codebreaker FR556 variant. That is one that I think looks honestly pretty clean whenever you take a look at it. I would definitely adjust some things for functional use. I wouldn't really care about the 12-gauge deputy underbarrel shotgun, wouldn't care about the fast melee weapon perk, but it's a nice clean variant here with it and one that is pretty functional. I didn't really care too much for the M91 of Season 1. The OG variant was nice at the time, but I've since used different variations of the M4 and liked them better for the Season 0 reward, but the FR556 is one that is fantastic, I think, and you may want to get your hands on. As with all these things you may want to catch up on, like we said, later this week is going to be a fantastic opportunity to do so. You can rank up with that double XP to get that level rank. You can rank up your battle pass with those double tiers, and you can take full advantage of all of that. For the battle pass, you'll want to make sure that you end up completing this because, well, if you haven't even started it, by simply buying the battle pass, you get that instant access to Ghost, who is, of course, an icon in the Modern Warfare universe. You can end up getting these skins that go along with them. You can end up getting those new weapons of the Grau 556 and the Striker 45. You can also get yourself some pretty cool blueprints throughout. The one Striker 45 is the classic UMP from back in the day in Modern Warfare 2. You can end up getting some other stuff that goes along with that. So you want to make sure that you complete all of that before time is up. And of course, with officer challenges, this is more so, I think, probably a low man on the totem pole, the one that doesn't really matter as much. But if you want to get a cool emblem for the season to commemorate the completionist in you, that's something that you want to play around with and complete those remaining challenges. Admittedly, Warzone kind of totally sidetracked me on this one. This season, I am definitely not reaching 100% because a lot of those challenges are mainly just for MP, and the ones that you can do in Warzone, you can't really do them in a reasonable time, so I'm not going to be getting it. Maybe Warzone isn't your cup of tea and you want to jump back over and complete those, but make sure that you do so. But anyways, as we round into the final week here at hand, it is kind of a slower week in terms of updates for Modern Warfare and things to really expect coming right now, but on the very near horizon, we have quite a bit coming. So you want to make sure that you complete everything that you can, and of course, get ready for Season 3. So with those last chance items coming in play, it's definitely advantageous to take advantage of those, but also make sure you stop and smell the roses here with the new playlist, the new shop items, and of course, the new campaign remaster for Modern Warfare 2. But that said, we are very close to Modern Warfare's Season 3, and I'm excited to see what becomes of it, what new maps are introduced, what new operator there's going to be, what Warzone changes and updates there may be as well, if there's a new POI, if there's some new stuff added in, if there's maybe an event that actually showcases what those bunkers may be for. I'm excited for all of it, but it's right around the corner, so make sure you take advantage of what's left of Season 2 before rounding into Season 3. So that said, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Anything in particular, again, you guys are looking forward to with Season 3, anything you still need to complete in Season 2, feel free to let me know your thoughts. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare and Warzone content on a daily basis. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected to my side of YouTube. Practically live on both those. So if you guys want to straight up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. What all said and out the way, thank you guys all so much for watching. My name has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.